What's up, guys? Today we're going to expose the 3 biggest simps on YouTube. Warning, this is going to get cringy. Real cringy. So as I'm sure you guys know, there's a lot of simps out there, right? There's so much simping going on. So it wasn't easy to compile this list, but we're going to go in reverse order. We're going to start with number 3, which is the infamous H3 podcast, specifically Ethan. So let's play this little clip.
I don't blame you. That whole thing is really traumatic, and I'll tell you what, I actually didn't know how.
Okay, just look at the way he's wearing his hat. That is a simpy way to wear your hat. I mean, I don't want to fucking nitpick, but what the fuck is this guy thinking? Like, everything about this guy is ultra cringe. So the context here is there's a caller that calls in, and she's talking about her horrible experience with Fresh and Fit, which honestly was just like her going on a date with a guy that she didn't get along. That's the short end of that story.
How crazy this story gets at the end. I'm sorry you went through that.
Yeah, it's all right. I just want to bring it more awareness.
I mean, wow, this is the thing that's really crazy is, like, if you're hanging out with somebody, you know, you don't always have to give someone a ride home. But what's messed up is they intentionally split you guys up, and then he took you all the way out to the studio and then basically stranded you there. He's like, well, if you want to leave, you got to fucking pay for your own ride. I mean, what the fuck, dude?
Wait, hold up there. So you're saying that these guys went on a date with 2 girls and one of them pulled the girl back to their place while the other one stayed at the club? Oh my God, these guys are terrible. Now, I think it takes a special occasion for me to be on the same side as Fresh and Fit, but in this situation, I have no choice. Like, what they did, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's just called running good game. Like, yeah, if you're on a date with 2 girls, you want to separate them or isolate them, whatever the fuck you want to call it, because if the girls are together, you know, they're going to cock block each other. That's just game 101. And the fact that this fucking hat-wearing loser doesn't know that, it just shows you how much of a simp he is. And also the fact that he's making such a big deal out of it, like, oh my God, one of them brought them to their house. And the whole story is so preposterous. Really what happened in the story that he's saying is so terrible is, honestly, Myron brought a girl back to his place. She didn't want to hook up with him. And he was like, okay, cool. That's literally the whole story. But fucking Ethan just makes this a whole saga as if Myron did something wrong. Now, Myron does a lot of things wrong. This is just not one of those instances. All right, let's go to the next clip.
People know that, like, you can share the story and, like, you're not, like, you know, you're heard. Like, people hear you. So
look, it doesn't matter. You didn't deserve for all that to happen. And to be honest, like you said, he could have ended up being like a sweet guy. Like, I guess you never know in a way, but
yeah,
I guess the space.
So a key part of being a simp is that you always take the woman's side, irregardless of the fact. Now, I'm not saying you can never take the woman's side. If she's objectively in the right, then yeah, of course you should take her side. But if you're just taking her side because she's a woman, then you're a simp. And what is he saying here? He's saying, oh, well, he could have been a sweet guy. This chick was on the Fresh and Fit podcast. If after going on that podcast, a girl thinks Myron is a sweet guy, she is a fucking idiot. What I would have done in that situation if the girl's like, oh, well, you know, there's no way to foresee that this guy would, you know, like, not be a perfect gentleman. I'd be like, are you retarded? Like, you were on his podcast. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? Like, what was going through your head? Like, taking a girl's side at all costs is a major simp move. So this is why we're going to put Ethan from H3 at number 3. There's many other things that he's done that are very simpy in the past. He's gone after the Tates with basically largely slander and false gossip. This guy just simps at every chance he gets. So that's why I'm going to put him as number 3. Let's move on to number 2. So this is a guy, Noah Simpson. He has 235,000 subscribers. Not as popular as Ethan, but he's pretty fucking simpy. All right, let's play this clip.
But you're supposed to have sex with him whenever he says.
Whoa, okay, hold on there, buddy.
Let me give the context. So this is Matthew Hussey, and what he's talking about is a ridiculous double standard that women get pissed at men for expecting sex, which I agree, you know, that's not good, but then they expect the men to pay for their drink. And basically what Matthew's saying is like, hey, listen, if you don't like how it feels for the guy to expect sex, then maybe you shouldn't expect him to pay for your drinks, which I think is totally reasonable and is an argument I made countless times.
A $20 diner tab is not a great thing to compare to the sexual agency of a human being. Buy me a drink, or else it doesn't have the same kind of ring as have sex with me, Or else, you know.
Well, actually, I would say it's worse because a drink at least costs you money versus sex is free. You know, the girl gets to get fucked. She gets to have sex. If the sex is good, that's a win for her. I'm not arguing that women should be expected to have sex. I'm just saying, if you're going to make the argument that one's worse than the other, then why don't you pick the thing that actually involves money?
I don't know. Being charitable, I think he's attempting to point out a
All right, so there he goes, simping. Let's take a look at the next clip.
Women's dating advice. He starts the video by playing this clip.
All you have to do is walk up to her, tell her you're interested, and give her your number. And don't ask for her phone or anything, just write it down on a little piece of paper and just give it to her. And I guarantee that if you use this method, you're gonna get a better response because they already know now that you respect them.
This is literally one of the worst pieces of advice I've seen ever. This is horrible. You know how much that's gonna work? Zero, because women, generally speaking, unless they're super attracted to you or terrible at taking initiative, the girl could like you, but she's just not gonna go out of her way to make it happen because she wants you as a man to make it happen. But let's see what Noah says about this terrible piece of advice.
But even as it's presented here, it's still good advice, right? It's good because this approach respects the woman's time. You're a stranger, she doesn't know you, you don't know her. So by making it brief, you're not putting her in an uncomfortable situation where she has to have an...
So a major part of being a simp also is putting the girl on a pedestal. Notice he's talking about her time. What about your time? Why is your time not equally as valuable as a woman's time? But again, simps, they don't think that way. They put a girl on a massive pedestal and, you know, 1 minute of her time is worth like 1 day of your time, right? That's how their mind works.
Extended interaction with a stranger. You're also giving her agency instead of seeking out her phone number, which you could potentially then use to spam her with calls and texts if she doesn't ever respond.
Now look, being a little empathetic is a good thing. I'm not saying empathy is bad, but the thing that simps do is they take their empathy to like 5 levels too far and they start actually thinking like the girl to the point where they forget what it's like to be a man. And this is clearly what's happened to this guy, so that's why I'm gonna put him at number 2. And number 1, first place, dun 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 dun, Philion. No list would be complete without Philion. In my opinion, he's probably the biggest simp on YouTube. So here he's reacting to Fresh and Fit, and again, it's a sad day when I have to take the side of Fresh and Fit, but I have no choice because, you know, I have to tell the truth. And this situation, Fresh and Fit is right.
I want you to get it, all right?
For the most part, when you go for the kiss, if she says no, it's fine. Try again later on. And that's how you go for the kiss.
Whatever you do, don't ask her to kiss her, guys. Girls just want you to get it, all right?
Very fucking true. Don't ask a girl to kiss you. Girls want you to just get it. That is true. Like, what is, you know, plot twist that Fresh and Fit is given like actual legit dating advice. But let's see what Philion has to say about that.
We have reached an all-time low. Fuck consent. Just go for it. That's what girls want. An assertive, dominant male to just grab them.
It's funny how he's saying that in a mocking way, but it's true. It would be like me saying, oh, like, girls, like what? Women just like a guy with money, huh? You just think I should be successful and get in shape? Like he's trying to mock something, but it's actually true. Yes, women do want an assertive, dominant guy. You fucking dumbass.
And kiss them. Are you fucking crazy? Are you out of your mind? Is it a social experiment to see how many people hate your content? Because that's the only logical explanation.
And I understand, in his simpy mind, the idea of being assertive and dominant and just going for it makes no sense, right? To him, it's like, oh, please kiss me. Please, I beg you. Please, please, can I just have a kiss? My name is Philion. I'm cool on YouTube, right? Like, in his simpy mind, it makes no sense. But that's actually what women want, but he has no idea because he's a fucking simp. Let's take a look at the next clip.
Women aren't equipped to deal with the problems that men deal with. Women live in a different world than we do, guys.
No, they don't. They deal with the same problems we do. We all live in the same world. Men and women are not that inherently different from each other.
Not only is he a simp, but he also has zero idea about what women are like, probably because he probably hasn't been near one in a very long time. Or I think he has a girlfriend, I don't fucking know. Either way, this guy's a fucking simp because he doesn't think men and women are different. Now look, I don't think men and women are as different as a lot of the manosphere content creators make them out to be, but they're definitely inherently different, and a woman will have a hard time unless she's very self-aware or she's involved in the manosphere, empathizing with some of the male struggles, which are different than her struggles. I'm not saying one is better or worse than the other, they're just different, and the idea of mocking this notion is just frankly insane. That's something that only a simp would do. So there you have the order, and I wanted to show you guys a bonus video. This guy's not on YouTube, he's on TikTok, but his simping was so off the charts, I had to show this to you. So the final bonus simp video is this.
Monday, You about to text her good morning, have a good week, have a productive week, and you think that's gonna do something for her. You think that's gonna solidify your...
And this really shows you that simps don't always look the way you expect them. Like, yeah, Noah looks very simpy. Ethan, look, he looks pretty simpy. I wouldn't say Philion looks that simpy, but this guy doesn't look simpy at all. He looks like a pretty alpha guy. He's jacked, he's got tats, right? But looks can be very deceptive. Some of the biggest simps look actually like pretty badass guys, but they're not. You can't take the simp out of the simp, basically.
Spot this weekend, when you know she got errands to run. You know she got appointments. You know that no matter what she do, she got to put gas in her car. She got to go somewhere. She got to spend money. But you want to send her a free text and want to know why she rolled her eyes and didn't text you back. Because she need money. Send that woman some money for the week.
Send her money. To get a girl to respond, you should send her money. This is the biggest simp piece of advice ever. Send the girl money. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? Like, have any of these guys even been near a vagina? Like, you think that's gonna work? Like, putting her on a massive pedestal like that? And again, these are the key tenets of being a simp. You think her time is a lot more valuable than yours. Versus an alpha guy, he thinks that his time is valuable, even potentially more valuable than the girl, but certainly not less valuable than the girl. All these notions are just straight out of simp land, and these three are the biggest simps on YouTube. All right, hopefully you guys found this video valuable, and you can take a stand against simping right now by smashing the like button, hitting subscribe, clicking the bell for notification. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a part 2 to this video and break down more simps. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.